This brand new skate park in Cessnock cost a massive $2.2 million, but is it actually worth all of that money? Today I'll be skating every obstacle in this park and paying close attention to the design and the flow of this park so we can see if it actually is worth all of the money that it cost, as well as checking out the other new skate park here in Cessnock that's only a 5-minute drive away from this one and opened up 4 months before this did too. So this massive skate park here was designed by Convict Skate Parks, who, if you don't know, are pretty much the top rated skate park building company in Australia. And this park is definitely looking like it could be a top contender here in Australia. But we still have to skate this place before we can make that call. So I'm going to try and hit everything that's here so you can see the scale of everything and how the park flows. Then before we head to the next skate park around the corner, I'll go over the positives, the negatives, and if this skate park is actually worth the $2.2 million that was spent on it. Thought I had that. Oh, that was so hard to get speed for. That felt so good. So I just got to the next skate park in Cessnock, which is called Bridges Hill Skate Park. This is only 5 to 10 minute drive away from the main Cessnock skate park. But before we get into skating this one, let's talk about the main park. All the obstacles are spaced out around the skate park really well. There's actually a lot of space in between everything, almost a little too much space. It took me a long time to try and get the speed to hit the curved ledge on top of the bank. I had to bomb in, do a massive push, and that still only just got me enough speed to hit that curved ledge. But to me, that's a positive because everything's spread around properly. What I really liked is there is a lot of unique obstacles that you don't see at every park. Like that curved ledge, all of the curves that were around. The spine that you could skate like a rail was really fun. And I wasn't too good in the bowl, but it's a really unique looking bowl. I'm sure transition skaters would love skating that bowl. On the negative side, there isn't going to be a lot of space if the skate park is crowded. On that main section, there's pretty much 2 lanes on the either side of the cross and down rail and the spine rail. But people will also be crossing across where the pole jam out of the bank is and that wall with the pool coping on it. So a lot of crisscrossing will be happening in that bottom section, and I can see that being real dangerous when it's busy. The bowl is big enough to have a couple people in there at a time if they know what they're doing. But usually with big bowls like that, people will skate the smaller section while other people will skate the bigger section. Even though it is one bowl, it's still separate, and I've seen a lot of people skate bowls like that. So I don't think that'll be a problem in the bowl. But if it does get too hectic in the skate park, there's a lot of skate obstacles out of the park. These concrete benches on the outside of the park that I'm guessing are for seating can really be skated well too. And on the other side of that curve ledge, it's got coping on it too, so you can skate all of these nice flat ledges there. Not to mention the curbs that are on the outside. There's the king curb at the top, and then the long one that leads out of the skate park. So there still are a lot of options if the park gets busy. The biggest negative, which I know you're gonna see this coming already, is the trees that are above the skate park and the garden full of wood chips. That's at the top of the park, and all of that was blowing down into the skate park. In the bowl and at the bottom section of that ramp with the pool coping, there was a lot of sticks and twigs and stuff. I think that's gonna be a constant problem, so you're gonna have to bring a broom or a leaf blower to this park. But there is lots of parking, there's bins, water bubblers, lots of shade. The toilets are on the other side of the car park. There's shops close, and there is another skate park, this one here at Bridges Hill, only 5 to 10 minute drive away. So it's at a pretty good location. So now we know all the positives, all the negatives. You guys have seen how the park flows and all the obstacles that are there. Do you think that it is worth $2.2 million? I wanna know what you guys think, but in my personal opinion, yes it is. It's massive, there's a wide diverse range of different obstacles, it flows well, but it is a really big and really fun skate park. It's sick to see Cessnock, an area that I didn't even know had a skate park, have a world-class skate park here now. So yes, in my opinion, it is worth the money, but I wanna hear what you guys think. Now with the second skate park of the day, this one at Bridges Hill here, this one cost $592,000, which is a small portion of the main Cessnock one. But there was an older version of this skate park here, and this cost includes knocking that one down and then rebuilding this one here. But this one was also designed and built by Convict Skate Parks, and they have crammed a lot into a small space. But just like the last park, I'm gonna try and hit everything that's here so you can see exactly how it all flows and the scale of everything that's here. But it does look pretty fun. That's about all I've got time for today. I'm going up to Newcastle for a few days, so I wanted to hit these two parks on the way up there. So I need to continue my trip. But this secondary park at Bridges Hill was pretty hard to skate. The obstacles themselves weren't hard, but because the park was so tight, I found myself having trouble trying to get the right lines to hit everything. It was fun though, and it is a massive upgrade to the park that used to be there, so it's a very welcome upgrade. I'm sure the locals will be happy with this version compared to the old version. But this is a park that I definitely would not go out of my way for. If it was my local, I would tolerate it. There's just nothing there that I would want to continue skating. Don't get me wrong, it is fun, but there's nothing that draws me to that park, if that makes sense. The main one though, the main Cessnock skate park, that one's sick. I would definitely go there again. But the big $2.2 million skate park compared to a less than $600,000 skate park, obviously the bigger and the main one that costs more money is going to be way better than this little one here. But credit to Convict for cramming all of these obstacles into one little space. They only had that little tiny space to work with. So it's not a horrible park, but I would definitely recommend going to the main Cessnock one rather than this one. But it is worth checking this one out because it's so close anyway. So don't forget to let me know if you think the main skate park is worth $2.2 million. I definitely do. It's a massive, fun new skate park. The only thing I would change is that curb that goes into the car park. They should have left the other side of it a little bit emptier so you could board slide all the way. I've actually heard people that want to go back there and dig that other side of the curb out so you can board slide all the way out to the car park. And I'm down for that. I think I'll definitely be up this way again in the future because there's so many new parks up this way and I haven't hit them before, and I'm not going to get time to hit them all in this trip. The last time I was up here, I got to skate the new Rathmine skate park that Convict also designed and built, and that place is sick. I will definitely be hitting that park again and recommend that highly. It's a super fun park. So if you're from Newcastle or you're doing a trip to Newcastle, I recommend hitting that park as well. And you can check that park out in the video I did right here.